Master of Ceremonies joining QQ on the desk. QQ, I'm excited to get back into it. On the game, I started casting Call of Duty Vanguard. How you
Yeah,
feeling?
I'm feeling great. This was my first comp COD ever. I casted the match before this. That was a bang out. We're feeling good today. We're looking to see some good Call of Duty.
That's awesome. We got New York SubPar versus the Seattle Sloths going at it so far. Seattle has a little bit of an advantage, getting 2 kills in a kill feed. It's so weird that the kills in a kill feed are accurate. Oh my god. And we could get mini map on hardpoint. This is a dream come true. 14-0 on the side of Seattle. You got to be thinking about P number 2, but I think right now New York has that on lock. They take over P1 for just a little bit. You see Seattle coming up that kind of 50-yard line, maybe sending some players through to that P4 area, trying to get into the back of church. Maybe they'll do it. New York, though, they got to look behind them. Even scoreline, anything can still happen here.
Yeah, and it looks like Manning did get behind. It looks like he's going to lock down the spawns here for Seattle. And I mean, it's just all about the rotations on this map. Seattle's going to open this P2 with the time. It's going to stay about even here as Snappy. Don't know if he saw Tony there. Tony will chow out, will find the kill. He will find another one onto Cloud. Seattle looking good so far as Snappy's starting 4-1.
Yeah, Snappy's starting 4-1, definitely like living up to his name. I mean, these kills seem to be coming pretty quickly and easily to him. New York, though, taking over the point with a 4 down on the side of Seattle. That's going to be a much-needed break for New York. You see them really trying to lock down Church. Seattle tries to go right through Church, maybe to get some spawns, but New York is knowing exactly where to look. Now Seattle's maybe trying to go through his radio portion of the map, but 2 go down there. Finally, Snappy gets another kill. The hero of Seattle here, contesting the point, getting some kills, but Tony will shoot that Snappy in the back, I believe. Still a pretty even score line. P2 is back and forth so far, but looking to P3, Seattle is on it yet again, doing a great job of just getting onto the point to start. New York, though, not out of this yet as they launch a raid.
Yeah, and I was gonna mention that Seattle they were locking down the spawns pretty well there, but New York really pushing through. As it's checkerboards are gonna fall through the feed though. New York will get the advantage there as the time will come through. As New York looking to build a bigger lead here as they did lock down those spawns which Seattle originally had. Captain finds one, immediately gets traded out. Cloud will find 2, Childs to find the third. Shooting lasers today, gentlemen, as it looks like this last 22 seconds are gonna go the way of New York and Seattle. I mean, they're still running at this old hill. They're trying to get a chow in here. They said, F the rotations. We want to chow this time, but 4 will go back through mid and bottom church to get the rotations towards this next hill.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta tell you, like, I think that both these teams look really comfortable on Vanguard, which is like, we haven't played this game for 3 years. I just came hot off the heels of my own match, and there was some readjustment, but both these teams ready to just take over right off the bat. I love to see the aggressive play out of both these teams. You see, like, challenging the hills even at the last second. New York sneakily has taken a little bit of a lead here. Seattle trying to cut it down. Probably doing a really good job of doing that, honestly, just defending Church. New York is 2 down. New York is 3 down now. You have them all spawning on the right side of the map. You're going to be able to get the intel. You're at least going to be able to see them coming, even if you do drop a player and trying to defend it. But only 20 seconds left in this Church Hill. I mean, Seattle is coming back. New York getting maybe a little bit of time here, although Seattle is still spawning there. New York, though, probably favored to get this P4 hardpoint right off the bat.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting absolute bang out today. We're getting, I mean, Cloud 16 and 8, double positive, absolutely shooting laser beams today. And I mean, really, no team's really finding an advantage. You're trying to trade 10 seconds here, trading 10 seconds there. Just, I mean, we're getting trades, we're getting time traded. As Seattle looks like they're gonna break onto the hill, getting 3 dead there. I mean, we're just flooding the hill today. We're feeling good. We're feeling dicey. Tony will find one on the Manning. Challenging the hill, can't quite find another kill as Seattle locking down this hill. The game will be tied. Seattle looking to build a little bit of an advantage.
Yeah, I mean, these are games you love to see, the back and forth type of games, especially like with 2 teams maybe still trying to figure out what the rotations are. I mean, New York just purely running into the point, getting 4 down, I believe, on the side of Seattle. I mean, when you may not when you may not be remembering all the spots you used back in Vanguard, maybe you just rush a point and maybe it works out for you, maybe it doesn't. Seattle is focused on this next P1, back to P1, I believe. I'm still learning the rotations myself, but Seattle opening up P1, New York got Church, at least for P2. If you could defend it, that'll be good news there. The question is, can you rip Seattle off P1? Who knows? You have Manning trying to make a play for Church as well. Just absolutely making it messy. Seattle collecting some good time here. New York holding on to that Church, being little pious monks for now.
Yeah, and I mean, talk about being a difference maker. Cloud 21-12, starting this out, and I mean, it's definitely a readjustment coming back into Vanguard, and this being my first comp game, I was bad to say the least. And when in doubt, bang the hill, as I like to say. Is Seattle gaining a bit of an advantage here with 10 seconds? As 2 will fall for New York, make that 3. Last one standing. Actually heading on the rotations. This last 12 seconds are going to go the way towards Seattle. They're going to go about 30 points here heading into this P2, but Cloud and Snappy kind of just coexisting here for now. I'm not sure they know each other are there, but Zarg top Church finds one, can't find another, will get traded out. Checkerboards in the feed as New York finding themselves on the hill, trying to tie this game back up.
Yeah, New York had a rough P1. Definitely were in church confessing their sins a little bit there, but God did not grant them forgiveness. Seattle is right back onto the point. You see New York trying to come through radio, but you have an SMG player trying to make a long play, jumps on the point, gets cut down. You do trade that out, but, radio, Captain Obvious, going to shoot a New York player from behind. New York will respond with 2. Finally, some time on the hill, but Captain Obvious can make a mixie. The question is, are we going to think about P3 and which team is going to get there first? I think Seattle, if they push forward, I was going to say maybe they might spawn New York on the P3, but New York is still spawning Church, and then Seattle just gets to run onto P3 anyway. Seattle, I think this entire game has been great at getting onto the point first, for the most part. So, I mean, that trend continues, and New York, great at breaks, but I don't know. Seattle just needs a full 60 to run this game up into really bad territory for New York.
Yeah, I mean, like the saying goes, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Rotate early. Even if you get broke, I mean, you can only break so many times, as I like to think. And Clouds gets 2 with the glide bomb. That is huge. Seattle was still remaining on the hill, still remaining with the spawns. As New York looking to they're running it down. We're getting a little bit fugazi here with this stuff. As 3 will fall for New York. Manning finds 2. Woods finds the kill on the Captain Obvious. Remember, no trophies, ladies and gentlemen. It's raining cats and dogs out here with these nades and stunts.
Raining cats and dogs, indeed. Cloud with that glide bomb, really trying to make the difference for that P number 3, but I mean, Seattle is still on it. They are just holding strong. That is the break you needed to hold off, and that's the break that puts them within 40 points of winning this map number 1. New York has to come up with something soon. It's going to be back to Church over here. You might have a good shot at it if you get 3 Seattle members down. It's all up to Zargoy, but they are spawning in the back of that Church area. New York at least probably has the intel from that player coming in. They got to check this Church side door, though. They don't. It allows some Seattle members to just get onto the point. The trades do come through. Manning is left alive, is cut down. It's Zargoid versus Woods, and Zargoid wins the battle, but then New York is spawning in back Church, so it's just contest city over here. Seattle cannot win it here. They have to think about this next point, but I mean, a back and forth hill, New York did not accomplish what they needed to there.
Yeah, and I mean, they're going to collect the scrap time here, but I mean, you got to check the side door. Seattle just flooding into the side door like a sneaky link on a Friday night, just getting through, getting the kills that they need. As Cloud on this rotation will find one onto Snappy here. New York getting the kills that they need. Captain Obvious, won't find the kill onto Clouds. I mean, at this point, the rotations are just fugazi. One team rotates, they get broke immediately. Seattle, though, New York, you got to go. You got about 20 seconds till you win the game. Captain Obvious trying to help out New York a little bit with a team kill, but I mean, if you're New York, you got to go. Running towards the hill. You got to bang this out. You got to get the kills and get on the time.
Yeah, Captain Obvious cut down. It's all on the Snappy to maybe bring this hill back and maybe win it here. It will be trades upon trades. There's 3 down on the side of New York, though. Now you have Cloud, the glide bomber himself, trying to make a play, gets cut down. Seattle needs 5 more seconds to win it here. Woods is chopped down. Seattle is getting kills left, right, and center, and that'll be it for map number 1. A pretty mixy map until that halfway point, but Seattle managed to just pull it out in that second half of the map.
Yeah. And I mean that was a bang out to say the least. You know, we're getting fresh back into Vanguard Tuscan here, but we had a Tuscan search last time, and you know this really comes down to who can win on defense. The bomb sites are a little fugazi, but who can get that crucial defensive round? That's what it came down to last year. Oh my goodness, that's not a good start out of Seattle here. Is you know kind of helping out New York there, as Snappy will also fall to the gun of Tony as the bomb will go down towards A. Already in a 2v4 here for New York.
What is it with this church? Because prayers are just not being answered today.
Yeah,
You just gotta, this god is not happy. New York,
yeah,
though, take a pretty quick win, I think, on offense.
yeah,
Uh, Not a lot to say there. Maybe like Seattle would have a better chance if they didn't kill their own player, but we live in the world we live in. New York took advantage of that. Good on them. Now Seattle has to run it back and try to make
yeah,
up for their mistake.
yeah. I mean, looking like Optic Ghosty out here with these teammates, to say the least. But I mean, like I said, these offensive rounds are, I mean, they'll flood in quick. You blink, you might miss it. But who can get that defensive round? As it looks like the offensive approach here is going to be similar for Seattle as it was for New York. Zarg will find a kill onto Cloud as they chow out through mid. The bomb will remain in top charge. Wood holding down A. Spots Manning. Manning will find the kill onto Woods as Knobs holding down this A site, trying to get what he can. And Seattle kind of feeling it out here as they're going to rotate back towards the B site here with a little bit of an advantage as the bomb's going to go down.
Captain Obvious trying not to be so obvious in this moment, but the bomb is down. New York will learn about that, and you see them rotating. Maybe a pinch here, but it is a 2v4. This is going to be quite the pinch to pull off, but I didn't think number 6 in Manning season, but
Oh.
they did peek out. The trade does come through. It's still a 3v1. Still an incredibly difficult situation for Tony over here. Tony Soprano does get Captain
Ooh.
Obvious down. It's all up to Manning and Zargo up to get him, and they do.
Yeah. I mean, Tony showing off the skills with the gun like Tony Soprano back in the Mafia days. Living up to the name, some would say, but can't quite clutch the round as his back was pushed against the wall a little bit too much there with the opening 2 kills, making it a 4v2. But again, these offensive rounds just flooding through. It's gonna be who can get that defensive round. As Tony starting 4-1 in just 2 rounds. I mean, he's shooting lasers today.
I wish I had watched The Sopranos so I can make more Tony Soprano references, but we're already right into the match. I mean, Woods goes down. If a tree falls in forest and nobody's around to hear it, does it still fall? Cloud goes down as well. Knobs getting a kill, but does get traded out. Seattle is making quick work of New York SubPar. Is Mr. Soprano himself.
Oh,
That does end up going down. I believe that happened in the show as well. No, it's
yeah.
a cut to black. Anyway, we cut to black here as well. Seattle up to 2-1.
Yeah. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Map 1, bang it out. Map 2, bang it out. I mean, like I said, if you blink, you might miss it. We're coming in with the gunny today.
That's absolutely true. I will never get tired of seeing an optic on a pistol. Every time I see it, it just looks so awkward. You know, it's just like
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
it's just shoved on there. It's like just not meant to be. We do
A
see
little,
Snappy.
a little ridiculous here, but I like it, honestly. Zarg will fall. Tony gets one, evens it up here in a 3v3 as Nubs will fall. It's a 1v3, all left to Woods. Deforestation is an issue. He's the last one standing. Will he get where can he find what he can? Bomb is going to be planted here on towards A. Woods. I don't know if he spotted him or not. I don't think he did. Looking for his first kill. Trying to find the information, find what he can in the 1v3. He won't find anything. Gets cut down. That's more paper for us, some would say.
It does get cut down indeed, full on axe style. Zargoib, the lumberjack in question for this particular round. It's getting a little bit scary if you're on the side of New York. Seattle is up by 2. They are defending. Offense typically is considered a little bit harder. Um, but I mean, New York did win an offense to start, so we'll see what happens. You do have Woods just raring to get back into it. Throws a grenade. Maybe the wrong player to do it. Maybe Peyton Manning over there, a better choice. But trades come through. Snappy,
Ooh.
I think it's a kill. New York down a man. New York down 2
Oh.
men. Snappy just opening the way for a Seattle Sloths win again.
Yeah. Living up to the name, snapping back and forth. I mean, he's getting what he can. In Seattle, that was a crucial round there. You don't want to fall behind 4-1. You know, bringing it back here 3-2. Just, I mean, again, you think offense was the harder round here, but I think it's readjustment into Vanguard. The defensive rounds. Oh, sorry, it's 4-1. What am I talking about? But I mean, now New York's in a hole. I mean, you got Tony trying to fight for what he can. Woods still searching for his first kill in Zarg, 7-2.
Yeah, New York definitely in a hole here. They sent 3 players to church, but with the way they've been performing, you maybe need all 4 to get those prayers to heaven. But the trades do come through. Tony for Snappy, for Manning.
Ooh.
Okay, New York is cooking here. It's all up to Captain Obvious. Picks up the bomb. Remember, in this game, I believe the other team knows when to pick up the bomb. So maybe they have an idea, but Captain Obvious sneaks up on Woods. And now it's Captain Obvious versus Cloud Acids himself. Who is going to take this battle? It's going to be Cloud digging out of the hole that New York finds himself in just a little bit.
Yeah, I mean that was a good round out of New York there. I mean they forced. I mean they really committed to a site there. They said let's go back to the basics. Let's get what we can. You know that was a big round. You really don't want to fall behind 5-1 as they're showing a little bit of life here.
I am genuinely not used to S&D being this quick. Like, I feel
Yeah,
like this is quicker than even Black Ops 6.
yeah.
Uh, yeah, this is like, I'm literally like 2 sentences in and the round is over. But we do have New York on the offense trying to come through this P5, P4 area. They walk right into Seattle, though, and now maybe needing a little bit of an attitude adjustment.
Yeah. I mean, shooting ghosts. Zarg's shooting ghosts over here. Trying to find what he can, but I mean, 3 will fall for New York. It's rinse and repeat. Woods will find one, finds his first kill, trying to find what he can, can't find another one. Seattle on match point, looking hot.
Seattle match point looking hot. You know, Woods has 1 kill. In Black Ops 2, Woods got a very crucial kill, a headshot onto his best friend.
Yeah,
Did we just see Alex Mason die?
we might have. Yeah.
New York SubPar on the defense. They have to pull something out here. Otherwise, map number 2 is gone to wave to Dodo for them as well. You might get a first kill, but Snappy, the player of the match, I feel like, just getting really important timings. Yeah, I mean, this is a collapse. Seattle 4 versus 1. It's all up to Cloud. Captain Obvious goes down. Zargoib goes down,
Oh,
but unable to do it. Seattle will win 6-2 in an incredible S&D for them.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that was quick. I didn't get a chance to catch my breath watching this. I mean, it was a banger with a limited map pool. If you've got it's hard to have a weak point on maps in this game. And I don't know if it's either a weak point for New York or maybe Seattle's just that good at Tuscan. It's heading into this control. It looks like Seattle on the offensive side looks like they're trying to go towards A. Is Captain Obvious making kind of an obvious play here, but won't get spotted out. Will find Tony onto the hill. That first tick of progress already coming through for Seattle onto A. I mean, if you're New York, you got to go. You're nowhere near the hill. This second tick's already halfway done. Seattle, I mean, starting out hot like they have the other maps.
Yeah, no slots on Seattle this round. They get right on A. They at least get 2 ticks. Maybe that third one is coming through. Can Knobs throw that Hail Mary grenade just in time They do get a kill onto Manning. Zargoib does respond onto Tony. You got to get Snappy off. If you can get Snappy off, you might be able to take over this tick, which they do. You did see Seattle kind of invest some resources into B, thinking that A was maybe a lock, but now they're in a situation of having to contend with both zones. You see them kind of like all full sending on B, or at least having 2 players on it. You have maybe a 2-2 split at this point. Should be able to at least get A, but I mean, depending on how these gunfights go, maybe something more. That being said, trades do come through. A looks like it's going to go the way of Seattle unless the Knobs can do something truly impressive here. A is gone, and now New York,
Oh,
their last stand is on B.
yeah. I mean, it was fortunate they didn't get New York stopped that first tick onto B. So I mean, you'll have about 2 minutes. Life's pretty even here going into this last hill. Is Clouds. I mean, he's fighting back. He says, "I want a map 4." Someone signed this Clouds to Cloud 9 because he is shooting. He's trying to force this map 4. Finding the kills. 3 will fall for Seattle. Is New York showing some life here, getting the life advantage. You know, there's still a lot of time left, but with Seattle, you've got 11 lives. You've got about 2 good pushes towards this hill.
Yeah, you got 2 good pushes towards this hill. New York does have the life advantage. You see the trades pretty much coming through. Zargoib is continuing to be an issue in this map, carrying over from the map before. I think Zargoib is just feasting tonight, honestly. New York still has a 4 life advantage, but Seattle has the time to maybe make something happen, maybe slow it down, maybe get New York into a position where you could just pick them off. Manning gets a kill on the Woods. That'll be a good start, but Seattle still trying to figure out which way to approach this B zone.
Yeah, I mean, Seattle trying to find what they can. They bring lives back a little bit here, only down by about 3, but it might be too tall a hill to climb, but 2 will fall for Seattle. Tony will finally get traded out. Zargoib finds 2, just the thorn in the side of this New York team. He won't go away. He's like the annoying little brother begging you to play the game but you just hand him a controller that's not on at this point. Just the thorn in the side. I mean, Cloud trying to motivate his team here. I mean, 13-2, just trying to spark something. Finds the kill onto Snappy. Captain Obvious in here towards this P5. He will get spotted, but won't fall. 2 will fall for New York again. Manning and Zarg on the hill. 3 will fall for New York. New York's gotta go. They gotta go. Knobs will find one. Zargoib, finds the kill onto his teammate, but it will be enough. The time will expire.
Honestly, thank God for New York. What's his name? Cloud, I believe, was the one. Yeah, Cloud. He got more kills than the rest of his team combined. Well, I think it ended up being even, but for a while there, he had more kills than the rest of his team combined. And it's just like, dude, if you lose that round, like, Cloud is just checked. Thankfully, though, they're able to pull it through. Maybe Cloud is maybe shooting Woods like, hey, man, I can't do it all. But you see New York employing the same strategy as Seattle last round, going to A. We'll see if it works out for them as well as it worked out for Seattle. But Seattle gets 3 down. Surprise, surprise, who's left alive? It's Clouds getting a 2-piece, not able to do anything more than that. New York has a reset. Maybe they could get back onto this A point.
Yeah, I mean, Clouds, someone's got to help this guy out. 16-4, he's doing it all for his team right now. A few kills will come in here for New York. His first tick of progress looking like it will come in for New York. Is showing a little bit of life here. Knobs will find 2 as he will finally get traded out by Manning. But, I mean, Seattle trying to stop the second tick. Manning will find the kill onto Wood. Stop the second tick. Snappy. Again, find another kill. 2 will fall for Seattle. Kills looking a little split here, but I mean, Seattle New York just trying to find their way onto a point. They're a little spread out here on the map, just trying to find some progress towards a hill, but Snappy in their spawn saying not today.
Yeah, I gotta say, like, Knobs is having a good game too. You got Zargoib continuing to do Zargoib things. Manning not doing too bad either. I feel like on both sides of the coin here, there are a few players who are really comfortable going back to Vanguard and a few players who are still adjusting, which is an interesting dynamic to kind of see play out on the map here. New York, though, in a little bit of a rough spot on the map here. You at least get on the B and maybe stop the clock. You can at least maybe stack it with a 2-piece. When you got Seattle approaching from 3 different lanes here, that B zone is gonna be hard to at least get back onto. You gotta rush at A, you only have 10 seconds left. That player in number 7, Tony, and maybe Knobs can maybe at least get onto it, but you gotta look at you gotta see Zargoib. Zargoib gets a kill, Captain Obvious combines, and New York is just gonna be kept off of both points. Definitely New York having a better defense and offense there.
Yeah, I mean, we saw a pretty good difference there. Seattle kind of, they need to recognize. I think they really recognize that we think they think they're the better team here. They said we're gonna bang this out like we have before, and we're gonna get the kills. Zargoib, like you said, doing Zargoib things that he's been doing all game, and I mean Clouds. I mean he's got to be checked. I mean you got to breathe whatever life you can into this team. Two of his teammates yet to get that 10th kill, but he's doing what he can. You gotta get what you can. You gotta try and force this map forwards again. Seattle with the same approach towards this A point as the first tick is already gonna come through, just kind of slapping New York in the face here as 2 will fall. Woods and Tony make it 3. Captain Obvious with the 2. That is the hill already for A. You've got time on your hands. You've got lives on your hands for Seattle. Just a slap in the face to New York.
Definitely a slap in the face, but like, hey, it happens sometimes. You could still win this round. It's gonna be hard, but you could still win. Let's see how New York defends B. It is a pretty defensible point if you play your cards right. Seattle getting a few trades. You see them kind of approaching through radio, maybe trying to get to that top church position. Woods does win the challenge here on the Captain Obvious. Zargoid, though, continuing to be an issue. Does go down. New York doing a good job at defending the point so far. The problem is because A went so quickly, you have so much time to work with if you're Seattle, and so much time to stall if you're New York. So it's going to be, pretty much this tug of war for a little bit here, I think. But I think one team is going to have to just get a few kills and make a play.
Yeah, and I mean, this is a heavyweight fight between Zargoibs and Cloud. I mean, you might as well just put them in a map by themselves. They're they're in a dogfight, as some would say, and just Seattle. They have so much time to work with. They're taking it meticulously. They're recognizing how much time is left on the clock. They're looking for the pushes. Noobs will find 2, and Tony will find a 3rd. As Seattle running out of chances here towards this hill. New York having a good hold here, but Snappy finds the way into the side. He'll find his way onto the hill, into the back of B. As New York a little split up here, as 8 trying to find what he can. Will find one, immediately get traded out, but New York, I mean, their holds is pretty good. Oh, Tony, he says, I'm not dead yet. I'm getting what I can. I mean, they're holding pretty well. 30 seconds left. You've got a couple pushes left out of Seattle here. As New York holding pretty effectively.
Yeah, I don't think Seattle's at risk of running out of lives here, so you better just get on to the point. The problem is Seattle is spawning like pretty much as far away as possible. So, I mean, you really only have one more push here, and even then, you're going to need your front line to contest some of the time. One of those front line goes down. It's all up to Snappy to maybe make a play through this P number 5, but Knobs gets that kill. That's going to put a damper in that plan. Can you slide through church quick enough? You just cannot do it. New York turns a very, very scary looking start into a round win.
Yeah, I mean, they said, whatever you can do, I can do better. I mean, they got that tick they got that A side within the first few seconds of the round, honestly. But New York coming in with the ice here. They want to force this map forward. You can see the passion as Tony's turning it around. He's locking in. He's getting what he can. He's icing up. Cloud, I mean, he's getting what he wants out of his team, and a little bit of a collective effort, as some would say. Now is a little bit of a different approach as they're going to send 2 towards mid here instead of full stacking the site. 2 will fall for New York, but Knobs fighting back. Knobs finds 2. Cloud will find 1 as well. 3 are down. They're on this hill as this first tick's already going to come through. A similar start to the round as the last one. New York flipping the script here.
I am starting to believe that we are going to, in fact, see a Berlin. That was a great start at New York. You at least get a tick and see if you could continue to streak here a little bit. Snappy being an issue, though. So New York is cleared off of A. You do have Cloud maybe making a play at top. Sure, it's going to run into Manning. Does get that kill. That's going to be huge as B is pretty much wide open. If Cloud can read that and maybe at least just get on the point, stop some time, that might be good for them. Opts instead to cut off the church route, maybe make things a little bit easier for their teammates on A, and that was the right decision. You only have Manning to deal with, and Manning does go down. The second tick at A does come through. You maybe have another push-up for Seattle, but good play on Cloud to recognize the cutoff instead of going for the B point.
Yeah, I mean, Cloud's doing it all. Someone give this man a medal. Give him the Medal of Honor at this point, because this man is putting the team on his back. I mean, doing what he can is, I mean, 3 will fall for New York, though, but, I mean, you've got time. Just like the last time, you've got time. You've got the life advantage. You can work with what you got as Woods with a big kill onto Manning in the back. Tries to find another. He will find the kill onto Zargoy. Is New York, I mean, he's got to wait for his teammates. The Snappy will find a kill onto Knobs in that P5. The Glide Bomb won't find anybody. Tony will find one, will find two. Never mind, but 2 will immediately fall again for New York. We've got splits in the feed, and New York struggling a little bit to find a little space towards this B point, and you're kind of running out of time here.
Yeah, I mean, a 5 life advantage on the side, 4 life advantage on the side of New York make that. They still have a minute 20 to work with, but I mean, as we saw last round, time and life advantage may not necessarily lead to a victory. But New York doing a good job of at least trying to make a play. Seattle,
Yeah.
though, picking the correct sight line, just piecing New York one at a time. And as long as you could stagger the push, I mean, you may be able to burn some time over here. As I'm speaking, 3 New York players go down during that sentence, make that 4 New York players. The life count is back to even
Oh.
again. It looks like we are going to get a round number 5 unless New York makes an absolute banger of a blitz play onto B. But Seattle is keeping their wits about themselves and just defending quite well.
Oh, yeah. Make that 9 straight kills out of Seattle and just completely turning the round around. As redundant as that says, finally finds a kill. Clouds will find 2. He says, "I'm not done yet." 17 seconds though. You got to find your way towards the hill. As 2 again will Tony will find one in consolation. Will try and find his way on the hill. 3 will fall for New York. Knobs is the last one standing towards the time. Finds one onto Captain Obvious. Can't get the timing as the time will expire. Sorry, kills expired. And I think Seattle will be on defense going into this round 5, if I'm not mistaken.
That is scary for New York. Listen, I think watching this control makes me appreciate Black Ops 6 a hell of a lot more. I feel
Yeah.
like Black Ops 6 is definitely more of a coin flip. Like, I'm not going to say it's exactly 50-50. I still think defense has an advantage, but like this has been just a defense city on Tuscan control here. And I think the fact that New York is on offense is very scary for them. Seattle might be on the cusp of just wrapping it up over here. New York, though, sticking to their guns, going for A again, but Seattle, they are all up in that top area of the map. New York will be pushed off it. You do have some players maybe waiting for some reinforcements to push on B, but, I mean, the reinforcements are back in their spawn.
Yeah, and I mean, New York tried a little bit of a different push there. They tried a little bit of a split push to A, to B, and it didn't quite work. Seattle shut it down just before that first hit came in over A. Woods, though, finding Chop Church, will find the kill onto Captain Obvious. Playing a little bit of an obvious spot there. Woods, being the thorn in their side, 3 will push into fires. It's looking like they're going to try and make their way towards B here, and Woods just waiting for his teammates here. And I don't know if Seattle recognized this quite soon enough, but Captain Obvious will find one. Zarg will find one onto Tony. Clouds finds the trade onto Zorb. Snappy will find the kill onto Clouds. I mean, you don't even need the glide bomb. They found all 4 dead onto that B site. Just a flawless coverage out of Seattle there, and it's looking grim for New York here as they are down in lives by about 7.
Yeah, the walls are closing in for New York. I mean, man, I still can't get over that kill from Zargoid, that MP40 kill on the top platform on B. It's like, this is like Silver Division playstyle. This is certainly why I am not in Silver and never will be. But 10 seconds left. New York has to make something happen. You could get a player on a B. You can actually get the full team on the B, but you're going to have to defend it well. Snappy goes down. That'll be a good start. Seattle is going to have to defend the point well. Manning does open it up with a kill, but Zargoyev goes down. Now you have 2 Seattle players, 3 Seattle players on the pinch. You got all up to Cloud. If you're going to have it all up to one player, it's going to be Cloud. There's 2.3 seconds left, dependent on their teammate to be on it, but that teammate goes down. Seattle pulls it out at the 11th hour. New York looked good to go there, but Seattle 3 straight Tuscans in a row to end the series and end week 1 of CRL Vanguard action.
Yeah, I mean, call it a breakdown.